Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansi. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, and entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty interesting show. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel, and be sure to hit all notifications to be notified the second we publish our content so you don't miss a single video. Let me get into this topic here. Now, as you guys know, Kevin Garnett recently made headlines for his LeBron James Balco comments. LeBron is on that new juice. And we discussed that, extensively, right? Many different people weighed in. But then, the other things came out. We're done with the 90s, and some people viewed that as a distraction, a diversion to talk about other things. Quickly, I was listening to a segment from Too Raw for Sports this morning, and he brought up something that I had not thought about, which was because we did a show reacting to why LeBron said he decided to do a podcast with JJ Redick, where he basically said getting back to sports. And he brought up a comment. He was like, that's what we were doing until you started getting guys like Nick Wright, who is signed to Clutch Sports, and all these guys to come out here and push propaganda after you won your championship. And all of these guys, the Shannon Sharps of the world, you're the one that created this conversation about comparing people, and now all of a sudden you want to get back to basketball. That was a point that I had not even occurred to me. Interesting point there. Anyway, KG made headlines because of his point. So what happened this morning? I was doing some research, and I came across an article here from Fadeaway World. Fadeawayworld.net. And this article was basically had the headline saying Kevin Garnett on why Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And it said Bron ain't rolled up mid-game like that. But before we even get into this article, this video is brought to you by our sponsor, PrizePicks. PrizePicks is really simple. Instead of just selecting a team, you just select two or more players, pick more or less their projected stats, and then you place your entry. For example, this week, I'm selecting two entries. Stephen Curry for more than 25 points, and then I got Anthony Davis for more than 2 blocks, and Damian Lillard for more than 4 3-pointers made. PrizePicks is also the only daily sports platform with an injury insurance policy. So for example, if you have a player who gets injured in the first half and doesn't return to the second half, that player gets automatically rebooted. What I also love about PrizePicks is that it offers weekly promotions like Taco Tuesdays. Each Tuesday, PrizePicks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value. So go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit matchup up to $100. That's go to prizepicks.com/CLNS, use code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. And once again, once you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So let me get into this article here. So basically, the article says Kevin Garnett shared a meme on Instagram where Michael Jordan can be seen rolling something up the smoke on the NBA sideline with the caption, "Bron ain't ever rolled up mid-game like that." Garnett shared the meme with laughing emojis, though he also added a salute, a 100 and a GOAT emoji. So this is the image right here. You guys could take a look at there. And then the article then says this meme isn't to be taken too seriously, as Garnett was sharing a joke, but he did highlight his respect for Jordan by adding 3 emojis to recognize his greatness after sharing the joke. Even though Garnett is a major proponent of the modern era, he's a man who grew up with Michael Jordan as his idol, a stance that hasn't changed after all these years. So that's what KG did there. Now, let me tell you guys the part that really confuses me about what's going on here. If you guys remember, about 4 to 5 months ago, Kevin Garnett was on Stephen A. Smith's show. And they were talking basketball, and they got into this very spirited debate talking about the GOAT. And during their conversation, it seemed like Kevin Garnett was basically saying, making the case for why, number one, if you don't have LeBron as the GOAT, or number one, that should be viewed as hate, or it can be viewed as hate. And him and Stephen A. Smith were kind of going back and forth. Stephen A. Smith like, what are you talking about? I have him as the second greatest player of all time. How can that be hate? And they're going back and forth, blah, 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 blah. So I want to play a little bit of what they had to say in that exchange. It's not too long. I want to play some of it here and really get back to the heart of what I'm trying to say here. Take a listen to that.
If I sit up there and I say of the thousands upon thousands of players, I think MJ's number 1 and LeBron James is number 2 all time. Whether you disagree or agree with me, I'm not disrespecting you by saying you number 2 all time. You see what I'm saying?
That's what that says when you say that. That's what I'm saying.
Why?
Because someone is looking at the body of work. Okay, let me ask you this. If you've never seen it before and now you see it, what value is that?
That's exceptional.
It's exceptional when you never seen it? When you never seen it.
It's
so let me ask you this. You never seen the Bugatti. A Bugatti pull up beside you in the car. What value is that?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if you can put a value on that.
We ain't never seen Steph Curry. Never. Right. Never. Name one motherfucker look like this. Never. We ain't never seen a 38, average 30, and then got 39. That we ain't never seen that. We ain't never seen a 7-6 nutmeg.
But we did see a motherfucker sit up there, excuse our language. We did see a motherfucker three-peat twice. After three-peated, then took a year and a half off, then came back and three-peated again. I mean, it all depends on how you measure it. I'm looking at Steph, greatest shooter on the planet Earth, 4-time champion, two-time league MVP. I'm looking at LeBron, 4-time league MVP, 4 championships, 10 trips to the NBA Finals. It's absolutely positively sensational. But in the same breath, so is 6 titles in 8 years. So is 10 scoring championships. So is 9-time All-NBA defensive team. That's not insulting anybody is what I'm trying to say. It's appreciating all of the greatness.
Yes, but I'm telling you, in the risk of where we at now, moving the game, that's how they're thinking. Jordan didn't do this. Listen, this is what I'm saying. We're missing out on the league being picked up and carried. The league is being carried into another place where none of us, Stephen A., everybody that's 50 and under have never seen none of the stuff that's going on. Now, do we say shot selection has went out the window?
So you heard what they had to say. Now, here's what confuses me. I don't understand why some of these guys in media constantly change their position on things. In one case, you hear them say one thing, and in the next case, they're saying something else. And I'm like, why? I don't really understand it. I don't understand why these guys always flip-flop on this issue. It's so weird to me. You hear one person say at one point, oh, MJ's a go. And then the next point you say, no, LeBron's a gonna make. Next point, you're like, no, what are you talking? I'm like, bro, why do y'all always have these opinions where y'all jumping off the boat, jumping on the boat? Even Paul Pierce recently said, LeBron might be the GOAT. And I'm like, but the other time you're talking about Michael Jordan, I'm like, what? I don't get it. Is it that they're saying this because they feel like if they say LeBron is a GOAT, they're appealing to a younger audience? I don't understand what it is. I really don't understand why these guys are constantly flip-flopping on positions. One moment you hear them say one thing, and the next moment you're like, but weren't you the one just saying this? It's just weird. I don't know. Just something that I noticed that I don't quite understand. I don't understand it. And if you thought LeBron was on that Balco, whatever, that juice, then why would you then consider him to go? If he has an affair, but I don't know. These guys confuse me. Anyway, these are my thoughts. What I want to know from you guys, what do you think about today's show? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show. Peace.